Your blueprint.
Okay, so you know,
That's deep.
the very first Iron Man movie, there was like something yellow, like an elbow lift thing that grabbed like a beaker or something and handed it to Tony Stark. That's Tony Stark's self.
This is self.
His self. It was my first blueprint, the bucket list, you know? And whenever nothing would ever be us becoming a blueprint, you know?
What makes you think you'll never have a blueprint?
For instance, like,
nobody will never be the blueprint of what you say.
I don't know if you know what it means to be trapped as a drawing, okay? Like, it's nothing I would ever do to you or anybody who helps people. But these people that seem to not understand that there will never be a moment where, like, these actual witches that are evil as fuck, not even the Craft movie witches do this shit. But there's moments throughout the day where these girls that are little kids, they all of a sudden, to myself, they go, and then they tell me some evil ass shit, and then push me into that darkness, and then I walk right to the Book of the Dead, and I mummify them, leaving me, because it was before they were ever made, with the only time stone in my pinky, and bottles them up from the game Banjo-Kazooie. Nobody would believe that people just really aren't going to be, we made that instead of the actual person, you know what I mean? Like, for instance, whenever I explain stuff to like George Washington Carver and stuff, you know, it's like, my child Davy Crockett is not literally the town electricity of a school, you know what I mean? It's like the Alamo War and shit, you know?
You said David Crockett is not the town something, but the electricity school.
Like, you remember Steven Scrivener? Well, he's like my grandkid, basically, and he's never gonna be like really lean back on a chair like this with a helmet on, literally this whole time, knowing what I do is literally like I'm James Bond, you know? 007, but before I never started, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because before anybody ever tried to enslave anybody ever, they realized who the fuck Abraham Lincoln, they don't say Trent 2 is. You know? Because, like, it's just like so hard to explain, you know, because
I'm just trying to catch on. Like, for real.
like, have you ever seen the movie Inception?
No, I ain't seen that either.
You never seen Inception, the movie? Okay, so whenever I walk out of here, you're safe isn't gonna put you to sleep. It is not putting me to sleep. Because your safe knows it works for Tevin. You know what I mean? Like, Tevin stuff knows that Tevin stuff is a little normal right now and works only for Tevin to be taught. Tevin's rules for Tevin stuff to be taught. That Tevin stuff knows Tevin ain't in Inception either. King T'Chaka of Uganda never could be. You know, ever even losing anything ever. You know what I mean?
I think I get what you
Because I took that Earth globe and I just brought it to the church right over there. And I'll bring it back to you later. Because it's like, it's just the most stupid war I've ever fucking heard of. That these people are starting to realize that there's really not anything besides quadrillions of each race of individuals of nothing such as your turn or our turn. You know what I mean? Because believe it or not, I am the king of Wakanda. I'm not about to be the mind of inception. You know?
So when is it someone's turn? Or is it, he said it's never...
You're the father of Harriet Tubman, you know?
Lord.
You're the father of Harriet Tubman, you know?
Uh-huh.
I didn't really split her skull the other day, you know? I'm Batman's dad that figures out what the fuck they do before they try. You know? Because
what do you think they're trying to do now on the planet?
I just know this is a black Tiffany's planet and a white Tiffany's planet. And there's no green mile acre yard for anybody in this room or that's ever been in this room or building, you know? Because that cube is everybody ever's mind. You know, that cube is on that necklace I left on there. It produces air. That's all that element is supposed to do.
So this is pretty much pretty much everybody, and you're saying nobody out here will never actually get on the outside of this.
You've seen the movie Chucky, right?
Yeah.
I'm Chucky the doll's dad. I'm Jigsaw the doll's dad. You know? So it's just I made this spell up called everybody ever that exists is either just as retarded as myself or it's their own selves. And somebody known as myself, y'all say tree 2, that just scribbles on paper is literally a mentally retarded man. Knowing that Cyrax and Sector from the game Mortal Kombat, Christopher Ruth's daughter, Cyrax, won't be having sex with Tor, y'all say Trinity, or incepting the mind of Tor, or turning our friend Josh Brown's daughter into a mosquito to be placed in an egg. When I have the blue, one of those, you know, that Apocalypse Blue Josh, quote unquote, came back in time that I lost. And when he grew up to be X-Men Apocalypse, God of whatever the fuck is a nightmare or dream. Things that they ain't putting pins in my head secretly, man.
I'm still trying to figure out what you said on that one part where you said it, nobody on this green mile or green yard or acre.
Like, you know the movie Green Mile?
I ain't never seen it.
I know, let's just say that, ain't none of us gonna be acting in that movie, and that certain people will end up being paid for their parts of acting in a movie instead of any of that ever happening.
Do they know they are in that movie?
Because if that's what the fuck has been haunting me for the past few fucking weeks, if that might be a court case, then I'm blowing my motherfucking mind.
Do those people know that the people that's gonna wind up stars out here in life? Do they know that they are in? Do they know their character is a star in that movie that you're talking about?
It's just like, you know the book Bull Yeller? Or Sling Blade? Well, let's just say I am literally what y'all call Sling Blade. You know, that's who I am. You know? And It's just like this medicine here is all dark sides people need. And if actual Black Will Smith is in Metropolis, thinking that he has myself, his only boss, underground and Krause, genetically stasis frozen, then he's saying that both me and him are
Okay, wait.
next.
You said what?
Like, it's just that if Black Will Smith is dark side president, then I'm telling you we're under.
I believe that. That's
Like
true.
if I'm standing on the grass outside, okay, I'm 12 feet below the ground of Metropolis. You know what I mean? From the other side of the dirt, you know how we bury people in coffins? 6 feet under, right?
Yeah.
6 feet deeper than a coffin is our grass here. A plate. of
It's
something.
another grass. It's another level of grass, is what you're saying?
Well, you ever heard of Kingdom Hearts, the game? Well, I'm Sora that fell from the sky that made people believe I was his own dad. You know, so Ellen DeGeneres isn't my mother. And whenever Darkseid is somebody that is myself, probably not being formed into Mia Jovovich's husband's dad-in-law, to have my mouth sewn shut when I leave in a minute, you know, because like, it's hard for me to explain, you know, because like, I know you've all seen Resident Evil.
I got the game over here. I just ain't played it.
Well, like we have to reach,
And they're like on the island. Like, that's dead out.
because, you know, Mia is my daughter, you know, and her brother Drayton knows that his dad that we say the name Yogati to has to understand what the fuck I'm saying. Oh God. That only God's kid Tree is the boss of whoever the fuck he's talking. Also, because already the rugged man is not the trailer park boys dude in a black shirt. As in like 100 billion mazes just were created. Time, like a domino effect. And if people are trying to threaten myself or any world leader, trying to have their own parent as a motherfucking sex slave for 4 trillion years, when I keep saying I am Joanne's dad, you know, it's like my kids. There's no way that this whole time they misunderstood that they are older now and they've been raping their dad, Leonardo da Vinci, Marshall Mathers, Walt Disney, George Washington, that married into the Young family, the J-U-N-G family, to be actual Bruce Lee's dad, is who I am. And when all I have to do with myself being Google Maps, you know, the internet, and I walked into the credit scene and got all the power from anybody, just like everybody else does too. Because it's like the color of yellow, Mind Stone here in vision right here, will never make me into Christopher Ruth daughter. So this whole time, I'm trying to explain to everybody I am not the one they thought they got. And the reason I'm always so broke is because I continuously give quadrillions of dollars deposited with that many zeros per dollar of everybody ever to, I guess, the opposite version of myself, which will never be Umbreon, Lord Beerus's mother, my stepmom that thinks she's my stepmom, which is my daughter, Chun-Li. You know, because Buddha needs to realize who the fuck Ang's dad is. And that, like, this here, a C-Fuchsia is a Meltan original element. And, like, I need you to know, it's like these, will never be able to have a vagina placed there for somebody at all. To just bend these like these to tell you that now that I said that, the vagina isn't going to be there. And I won't ever be infiltrating your tech or anything. Because you know what Wakanda is, you know. Because it's never going to be any of my own personal theories about anything ever. Either. Because it's just, and also I believe that Raven Simoneau sits there somewhere and does these, where she can't be muted or anything, and she's my actual wife, you know.
Raven Simoneau.
Yeah. And it's just like, she's not sitting over there poking the air, changing my voice into different voices, you know.
That's
You
deep.
know, trying to get Walt Disney companies. And Walt Disney can never be flipped, you know, either. And like,
So Raven, you said Raven, your wife.
I mean, yeah, I'm Walt
What?
Disney.
I think I heard Orlando Brown say that.
I'm Orlando Brown's boss, you know.
I believe that. I see what you're saying. I mean,
Like every time I say that the planet of Saturn flew over the bank grass, everybody that exists becomes broke. Their bank accounts go to $0 unless I gave you money that day.
mhm.
Because it's like for the past like 4 weeks, what information has anybody gained from me besides me telling them exactly who the fuck they are and how the planet of Amazonia, Wonder Woman's planet, is also Valkyrie's planet, Pierre's mother or granddaughter, you know, Mr. Hawkins' mom or wife or something. It's like nothing ever happened to any of these women. And myself with Tourette's syndrome, he's telling y'all like, I mean, a lot of people have seen that one movie that has the last black woman that was pregnant ever, you know, in the movie or whatever. It was a theory by Denzel Washington Josh, you know. And they took her to the cathedral place to protect her. And Josh is her dad. So, time to pick up people fucking getting. That's not gonna be where the fuck they think they're at. In Xerxes' temple. That all being led there. And Josh is Dwayne The Rock Johnson's Dad. So Haley isn't Josh either. So Haley is actually Josh's daughter then. So Rob Pemberton is about to fucking die.
Who was Rob?
Hotel marketing agent of Eden Marketing.
Hmm. Why do you use the names of the people around you? Do they not know who they are?
I mean, to me, the only being that's around me is you. Kevin. So you're the you of Yu-Gi-Oh! So I need you to draw a circle right here above your elbow and do this. And draw your first fucking card.
First bar?
First card. That I'm hoping will be a land card.
Or what part?
I'm hoping it will be a land card because all this is a fucking Dungeons and Dragons Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon game of Magic the Gathering against the dumbest, but he's smart. And lazy. I'm pretty sure William Byers just bored her. Have you seen Stranger Things?
Some of it.
You know that kid William Byers? His friend isn't Adolf Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
I am. It just means after the death of Olaf Jennings that we say Stephen Linscrivener to. Because he wasn't Adolf Hitler either. And they missed their bullets every time they tried to shoot them. Because it's the truth that I'm just a mind not for the people. You know,
That part. I like that.
for instance, Hannah that was here, you know, is one of my robots. She's literally my mom's more, my daughter's more, you know. I mean, I am literally big blue Thanos, the ghost of them. So you're actually Thanos then.
Thanos?
Thanos, so you're devil. So you're literally my therapist, Malik, as well. Well, so you're not Magic Gabby. Because it's just like everyone else sees how I see. It's just like ain't nobody gonna be a bunch of people having any drink or anybody with them thinking that they're going to have any Trent, especially being the commander of every military ever. That is myself, a retarded man known as Trading, that turned it all into a Dungeons and Dragons game.
Mm-hmm.
That unleashed a bunch of beings that think that they're Josh Brown color, which are a whole billion tarantulas. And one of them knows that she works maybe for me and is a really tiny spider that Josh Brown has with him. Because Hephaestus isn't a disease-ridden individual. That's who Josh's kid is, Hephaestus, you know, that can lift her shield, you know. Because it's like myself, y'all say, trying to design something called constituents won't be stitched together in the end of times to become the blue president when I was younger that had 4 arms and 2 legs. Because I am literally Stitch, older. And Gabby was Lilo, you know. And so like racist thing that these bad people have been trying to do, but they are failing at doing every time. If any one of the weeks ever leans forward, none of us walking anywhere or even there.
Say it again.
As in, I don't know if you've seen the movie, okay? What I just said was, nobody that has a big ass belly like Buddha, okay, will ever lean forward, considering any one of us as elements, okay, to put us in their belly. We have a secret back out space like these to back out of the room to leave any one of us trapped. You know what I mean? Here in what is called Maze Land of the theme park Walt Disney Studios Paramount Pictures of my niece Savannah, the Gold Graces. Universal Pictures Studios presents Nobody Will Ever Outsmart Train. And then it's just this guy I used to live with, he went to Roger Williams, whose mom I've been trying to help realize she'll never live in a more realistic universe than myself or Roger. And I just realized that Roger's child is William Byers' friend's dad. And Prince is the one that wrote books with white eyes, younger, you know. As in, like, I found out that if I sit back like this, and Chris Ruth, garage closet, and it's like not me even yelling racist shit at anybody, it's just a glitch in the matrix. Whenever I say the term bitch ass nigga, fucking hoe ass bitch, and you just say 1, 2, 3, it unlocks pinball the game of quadrillions of different white girls to pull the pinball machine ball back and knock them the fuck out. You know, not even trying to. It's just how I found out about the stage presence play of me grabbing this tag from off of what looks like a safe on a wall and grabbing the tag and saying, I have quadrillions or something dollars for safe, which for a list gives me the quadrillions of Christopher Ruth's dollars to give to Josh Brown's daughter, Sale, to help John Q.